Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you've had a good break. So, do you have any idea about when are your schools reopening? Any idea about the schools reopening? Yes, 23rd of November. How many of you are going to go to the school? Okay, now some people are not able to understand some basic stuff. There are two profiles that I have entered the meeting with, and the one profile clearly says in English, message here. It's very clear and simple English. Students from 9th standard and 8th standard, and I think should be able to read the words MESSAGE, which means message here, which means this profile. Yeah. Okay. I was talking about the schools starting physically, where you have to physically go to the school, because there were a lot of rumors saying that the schools will start physically by 23rd of November. So I thought I'll just ask you people about the same. Oh yes, only for 9th to 12th. Yes, you people are in 8th right now. I forgot. Okay, I think, yeah. All right. So this poem that we are going to learn today is a fantastic poem. It's in the form of a story. A little long in length, थोड़ा बड़ा poem है, but has a very good message. So that is what we will learn today. I hope you have your pens and pencils ready to write down the meanings wherever needed. We will start in a minute now. You can get ready in a minute. Wish you all a happy new year and happy Diwali. Thank you. Okay, I think we are good to go. So what is this poem about? So here we start. Just a second, guys. One day there fell in great Benares temple court a wondrous plate of gold, whereon these words were writ: To him who loveth best, a gift from heaven thereat. So one day in one of the great Benares temple court. So Benares is a place in India in the Uttar Pradesh state, also called Varanasi. So there was a great temple in that particular city. And उसका जो कोट यानी courtyard basically उसमें एक wondrous plate of gold, wondrous as in beautiful plate of gold, वो suddenly गिरी. कहाँ से गिरी? तो heaven से गिरी, ऊपर से गिरी. And on the plate were certain words which were written. Writ is written, and the words were, to him who loveth best, a gift from heaven. So here, loveth best is archaic English, which also means one who loves God the most. तो ये प्लेट उसके लिए है जो भगवान से सबसे ज्यादा प्यार करता है. अब गोल्ड की प्लेट है. Of course, everybody will claim that they love God the most. So there at the priest made proclamation. Proclamation is a public statement. The priest, the pandits of the temple, they made an announcement. And what did they make an announcement about? They said at the midday hour is 12 in the noon. At the midday hour each day, har roz, every day, let those assemble as in gather, jama hona, let those assemble who for virtue deem that they are right to heaven's gift, the best, and we will hear the deeds of mercy done, and so are judge. तो जो प्रीस्ट है उन्होंने बोला कि देखो भगवान से प्यार करने के लिए कोई तो होना चाहिए ना, मेजरमेंट, यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट। तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम देखेंगे कि किसने कितने अच्छे डीड्स किए हैं। ओके, द वर्ड डीम इज गिवन हियर, कंसिडर और रिगार्ड, वर्च्यू इज वैल्यू। तो हम रोज दोपहर को 12 बजे यहाँ जमा होंगे, हम सब देखेंगे कि कौन लेके जाता है ये जो हेवन की जो गिफ्ट है उसको, एंड सबकी डीड्स मतलब उनकी एक्शन, उनके कर्म, ऑफ मर्सी डन, ऑफ मर्सी एज इन जब when you go and help a poor person, a needy person, you're doing deeds of mercy. And then we will judge and consider and declare that who is the most deserving candidate to get this plate of gold. The news ran swift as light, swift as in quick as light. They say that light travels faster than any other element in the universe. So light के तरह ही ये जो न्यूज़ थी वो फैल गई. And soon from every quarter means corner, and soon from every corner came nobles and munshis, hermits, scholars, holy men, and all renowned for gracious or for splendid deeds. So हर कोने से आए nobles. Nobles are royal people. King वाले जो king जैसे जो लोग होते हैं वो. Okay. Then munshis. What do you mean by munshis, guys? Anybody who knows what is a munshi? Munshi is a writer or an accountant. You can take this on. Munshi is a writer or an accountant. Then scholars, I think, is easy to understand. जो बहुत पढ़े लिखे होते हैं. Holy men मतलब संत साधु, saints. And what do you mean by hermit? So a hermit is a person living in solitude as a religious discipline. यानी वो इंसान जो सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ कर अकेले रहता है रिलीजन के लिए, उसको बोलते हैं hermit. So all these great people who were renowned matlab famous, well known for gracious, for beautiful, or for splendid deeds, for good actions, they all came. Meanwhile, the priests in solemn as in seriously, in a serious council, they all sat and heard what each had done to merit, that is to find out the best gift of heaven. So for a year, the claimants came and went. Claimants as in those people who state that they had the right to get something. तो यहाँ पर जो न्यूज़ थी वो फैल गई, कोने कोने से लोग आए, रॉयल पीपल आए, munshis आए, hermits आए, scholars came, and holy men came in, all those who were famous for those beautiful deeds, they all came. Priests, they sat in a very serious council, a group of priests sitting there, they heard and sat over there and heard all the people and the deeds that they had done. And this continued for a year. एक साल तक मालूम ही नहीं पड़ा कि किसको जानी चाहिए. Because the people, the claimants, they kept coming. They said मैंने ये किया वो किया, and they kept coming and going. And they could still not decide who is the one who deserves this the most. At last, after a patient weighing of the worth of all, patient weighing as in आप जानते हैं what is being patient is to be really calm and composed about things. And थोड़ा सब्र जिसको बोलते हैं हम. Weighing of the worth of all, weighing as in trying to calculate कि यार कौन deserve करता है, who deserves, who is worth it. The priest bestowed as in presented the plate of gold as a gift. So the priest bestowed the plate of gold on one who seemed the largest lover of the race. तो उसको दिया जिसको देख के लग रहा था कि ये सबसे ज्यादा प्यार करता है रेस रेस एज इन द कम्युनिटी. किसकी कम्युनिटी? हुज कम्युनिटी आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट गाइस? हुज कम्युनिटी आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट? Which community are we talking about, guys? Awaiting your responses. नहीं, गॉड की कम्युनिटी थोड़ी होती है, कम्युनिटी इंसानों की होती है, ह्यूमन रेस. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन, प्लीज अंडरलाइन एंड राइट इट डाउन. ह्यूमन रेस. सो द प्री मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था इन द फर्स्ट सेकंड स्टैंजा दैट हाउ डू यू जज हु इज द वन हु लव्स गॉड द मोस्ट. So the best way is to see how do people, what have people done for humanity. इंसानियत के लोगों ने क्या किया है, क्योंकि अगर आप इंसानों को प्यार करते हैं मतलब भगवान को प्यार करते हैं, ऐसा प्रीस्ट लोगों ने डिसाइड किया. तो यहाँ पर फाइनली दे फाउंड समवन who they felt is the one who deserves this the most. You know why? Because whose whole estate as in property, within the year had been parted among the poor, parted as in distributed. तो इस आदमी को इसके लिए प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड दी जा रही थी क्योंकि इस आदमी ने एक साल के अंदर अपनी पूरी की पूरी प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो गरीबों में बांट दी, पूरी की पूरी वेल्थ. सो इट्स लाइक अंबानी has given away all his wealth to the poor people of India. So everybody becomes an Ambani after that. This man, all trembling with joy, trembling as in shivering with his joy, बहुत कांप रहा था वो खुशी के मारे, advanced, came ahead to take the golden plate, when low is just a slang, okay, at his finger's first touch, it changed to basest lead. तो आगे आया, उसने उस प्लेट को पकड़ने के लिए जैसे उसकी फिंगर टच हुई, वो प्लेट गोल्ड से लेड में कन्वर्ट हो गया. All stood aghast as in shocked and horrified. ये कैसे हो गया? But when the hapless claimant dropped it clanging on the floor, heaven's garden was again transformed into shining gold. तो जैसे वो लेड में कन्वर्ट हुआ, सब लोग शॉक्ड हो गए. तो आउट ऑफ फियर, डर के मारे, शॉक के मारे वो प्लेट गिर गई क्लेमेंट के हाथ से. और जैसे वो नीचे गिरी, हैप्लेस इज अनफॉर्चुनेट, अनलकी, हेवेंस गार्डन एज इन हेवेंस रिवॉर्ड, हेवेंस गिफ्ट, जो गिफ्ट हेवन से आई थी वो सडनली वापस गोल्ड बन गई. व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट डू यू थिंक डिड दिस मीन? उसके टच करने पर वो लेड बन गया, जैसे ही वो नीचे गिरी तो वापस गोल्ड बन गई. व्हाट डू यू थिंक वाज द हेवेंस मैसेज? Waiting for answers, people. Yes, Amberlin, you are the one who is correct. He wasn't the right person for the reward. As per God, he wasn't the right person. He wasn't the one who deserved it. कोई और था. So for अच्छा guys, why do you देखो उसने तो अपनी पूरी प्रॉपर्टी दे दी एक साल में गरीबों को. But why do you think he was still not the lover of God? Why do you think he was still not deserving? पूरा सब उसने वेल्थ दे दिया अपना गरीबों को. This is a very important question, and if you are able to answer, that will be great. हाँ, the answer is correct. Devin from Saidam has given the correct answer. He says he's done it to get the golden plate. How do we know that? Because if you remember, एक साल पहले ये प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड आई थी, तभी ये न्यूज आया कि ये प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड उसको मिलेगी जिसने ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए अच्छी डीड्स की। तो जो प्लेट पाने के लिए ये आदमी ने ये अपनी पूरी प्रॉपर्टी दुनिया को दे दी। सो बेसिकली ही वाज फेक एंड ही वाजंट रियल। तो प्रॉपर्टी भी गई और प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड भी गई। So for another 12 months sat the priests and judged. So 2 years have now gone by. No claimant has still got it. Thrice they awarded, thrice did heaven refuse the gift. So thrice they felt that okay, this is the person who should get it. And all the three times, the plate of gold turned into lead, and the heaven refused the gift. Meanwhile, a host of poor maimed beggars, maimed as in permanently damaged or crippled, disabled, जिसको बोलते हैं handicapped beggars, in the street lay all about the temple gate in hope to move that love whereby each claimant hoped to win the gift. तो इसमें फायदा हो गया सारे के सारे बेगर्स का। जितने भी बेगर्स थे सारे के सारे आके वहां पे बैठना चालू कर दिया मंदिर के बाहर। Why do you think that all the beggars started sitting near the temple now, outside the temple? Guys, why do you think that the beggars started gathering outside the temple now? No, not for the plate of gold, Baba. Not for the plate of gold, because there are a lot of claimants who were coming there for the plate of gold. तो वो लोग को जिसको प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड चाहिए वो लोग बाहर आके जो गरीब थे जो बेगर्स थे उनको आके पैसे दे रहे थे ताकि मैं मतलब कि गरीबों को जितना पैसा देंगे उतना हमको प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड मिलेगा ये सोचकर। सो इसमें फायदा किसका हो रहा था? इसमें फायदा हो रहा था बेगर्स का, बिकॉज उनको तो ऐसे ही पैसा मिल रहा था फ्री में। सो दे ऑल केम देयर एंड वेल फॉर देम इट वाज इफ गोल्ड द चैरिटी। सो अब उनके लिए तो चैरिटी जैसे ही था उधर। ठीक है। फॉर एवरी पिलग्रिम टू द टेम्पल गेट प्रेज गॉड। जो भी पिलग्रिम एज एन पीपल हु कम टू वर्शिप गॉड, तो जो भी आ रहा था वो वहां पे आके भगवान को प्रेज कर रहा था, भगवान की जय हो, भगवान की जय हो टाइप्स। दैट लव माइट दस अप्रूव इटसेल्फ फॉर द रेस्ट फॉर द टेस्ट। तो उनको लग रहा था कि ऐसे आके तारीफ करेंगे भगवान की तो शायद हमको मिल जाए प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड। And so coins rained freely in the outstretched hands. Outstretched as in the hands which were like stretched in front of the pilgrims. कि वो लोग जो बाहर बैठे थे बेगर्स वो लोग हाथ फैला के बैठे थे। तो क्योंकि उनको ऐसा था कि यार हम भगवान की तारीफ करेंगे और यहाँ बहुत सारा पैसे देंगे गरीबों को, शायद हमको मिल जाए प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड। तो उसमें फायदा उनका हो रहा था बेगर्स का। But none of those who gave as much as turned to look into the poor sad eyes of them that begged. But किसी ने भी उनकी जो बेगर्स थे ना उनकी आंखों में देखकर उनकी तकलीफ को समझने की कोशिश किसी ने भी नहीं की। सबने सिर्फ पैसे देके चले गए। एंड नाउ द सेकंड ईयर had almost passed. अब सेकंड ईयर भी आ गया, खत्म हो गया। But still the plate of gold by whomsoever touched was turned to lead. At length there came a simple peasant. Guys, please write down the meaning of the word peasant. Peasant is a farmer who doesn't own a land of his own. peasant is a farmer who doesn't own a land of his own. तो वो मतलब दूसरे किसी जो लैंडलॉर्ड रहते हैं उनकी लैंड पे रेंट भरकर वो वहां पे खेती बाड़ी करते हैं. So after a lot of time, there was a simple farmer who came, not aware of that strange contest for the gift of God. अब उस बेचारे को कोई आइडिया नहीं था कि इधर ऐसा कुछ कॉन्टेस्ट चालू है कि प्लेट ऑफ गोल्ड मिलेगी. To pay a vow within the temple. To pay a vow within the temple is just come there and to pray in the temple. वो उसके लिए खाली pray करने के लिए आया था वो तो. As he passed along the line of shriveled beggars, shriveled का meaning है दिया हुआ dried up and wrinkled, जो बिना खाने के बहुत पतले हो गए थे. All his soul was moved within him to sweet pity, and the tears welled up and trembled in his eyes. So उनको देखकर उसको बहुत दया आ गई. Pity as in sympathy, felt really bad, और उसके आंखों में आंसू आ गए. And trembled in his eyes, the tears, they shivered in his eyes. Now by the temple gate, there lay a poor, sore creature. Poor, sore is one and the same. Blind and shunned by all. Shunned as in avoided, neglected, rejected by all. उधर एक poor सा एक आदमी था, बेचारा अकेला सा था, तकलीफ में था, पेन में था, अंधा था. सबने इग्नोर कर दिया था उसको. But when the peasant came and saw the sightless face as in a blind face, and trembling, maimed hands, maimed as in handicapped, disabled hands, he could not pass. वो आगे जा ही नहीं पाया. But knelt as in sat on his knees and took both palms in his hand and softly said, "Oh thou." Thou guys means you in Old English. Thou, it means you. "Oh you my brother, bear my troubles bravely." Bear thy troubles bravely. Bear as in tolerate और face. Die as in your. तुम्हारी जो भी तकलीफें हैं उनको डट के सामना करो. God is good. भगवान अच्छा है. Then he arose and walked straight away across the court and entered where they wrangled of their deeds of love before the priest. Wrangled as in argued angrily. तो उस एरिया में पहुंचे जहाँ पे सब लोग झगड़ा कर रहे थे प्रीस्ट से. अरे मैंने इतना अच्छा काम किया है, मैंने 10 करोड़ दिए, ये आदमी ने तो सिर्फ 11 करोड़ दिया, तो मुझे मिलना चाहिए, या ना वाइस वर्सा जो भी है. A while he listened sadly then. थोड़े टाइम के लिए वो सैडली सुनता रहा वहां पर पेजेंट उनके आर्ग्यूमेंट्स. Had turned away, but something moved the priest who held the plate of gold to beckon to the peasant. तो उसने देखा लोग झगड़ा कर रहे थे, उसने अपना प्रे किया, वहां से निकल गया. जो प्रीस्ट था उसने देख लिया, करे ये आदमी पहला आदमी जो मंदिर में आया और हमारे पास आकर झगड़ा किए भी नहीं चला गया. So he called the peasant. Beckon is to call. So he came, not understanding, and obeyed. उसको मालूम नहीं था क्यों बोला, बट वो आया and stretched his hand and took the sacred vessel. Sacred vessel is a plate of gold. उसने लिया उसको. Lo, it shone with thrice its former luster. जैसे ही उस peasant ने उसको हाथ में लिया, the plate of gold started shining thrice. 3 गुना ज्यादा शाइन करने लगा. Luster is shine. And amazed them all. सब surprised हो गए. Son, cried the priest, rejoice, the gift of God is thine. Rejoice as in celebrate, the gift of God is thine, thine is yours. Thou lovest best. Thou as in you are the one who loves God the most. And all made answers. It is well. ठीक है, बराबर है. And one by one departed. सारे के सारे चले गए. But the peasant knelt and prayed, bowing his head above the golden plate, while over his soul like morning steamed the love of God. So ये जो peasant था वो प्लेट को हाथ में रख के उसने सर झुकाया प्लेट पर, and his soul was overjoyed. Not just that, the plate of gold was also a symbol of God's love, and now he had that God's love. So are we clear with this entire poem, guys? And any doubts, anybody? Any doubts? Anyone? Any doubts, guys? Okay, students, I want you to solve this right now, this part right now. Wake up this calculation. Come on, guys. Stephen Hawking was a famous astrophysicist. What do you think? एक word कोई बता मुझे poem में से जिसका मतलब था famous. Yes, Amberlin, you are correct and you are quick. So is Nishita from JB Nagar, and then Mehak from Saidam. It's renowned. The word is renowned. RENOWNED. Okay, let's go for the second one. The government made a dash announcement about their new taxation policy. Announcement के लिए word proclamation. It's proclamation. Proclamation. Everyone stood horrified when the terrible accident took place. What is the word for horrified? It's aghast. It's aghast. Fourth one. She bargained with the hawker to reduce the price. Wrangled. Very good. Dinesh from DN Nagar. Ambulan. Very good. Very good. It's wrangled. WRANGLED. The last one. Handicapped people should never be shunned. SHUNNED. Should never be shunned. Okay, guys, now we'll go on to the next activity. This activity is about listing down the archaic words, that is old English words with their meanings. मैंने आपको बहुत सारे ओल्ड इंग्लिश वर्ड्स बताए हैं, उसके मीनिंग्स भी दिए हैं. अगर आपने लिखा हुआ होगा तो आपको ये आ जाएगा इजीली. Die. What does die mean? Writ means written. Good one, Amberlin. Die means you. Okay. There are many, guys. There are many. Thou. Loveth is love. Very good. Amberlin. Thou is you. Very good, Deepika. There's thine also. THINE. Thine. Thine is yours. Good one, Amberlin. Okay, now guys, I want you to rearrange this entire part. This is all given jumbled up. I want you to arrange it in a chronological order. सबसे पहला वाला पॉइंट कौन सा है? Just write the alphabet for me. खाली पॉइंट का अल्फाबेट है वो लिख के बताओ मुझे. So the first one is D. A plate of gold fell in a temple from heaven. Okay, give me the second one. Second one is F. The priests announced that the one who loved God most of all would receive the gift from heaven. Okay. Third कौन सा रहेगा? Third is going to be B. Many claimants donated their wealth to receive the plate of gold. B के बाद A. The plate turned to lead when it was gifted to false-hearted claimants. A के बाद C. For almost 2 years, no claimants received the plate of gold. Then we have H. A simple peasant who had nothing to offer came to that temple. H के बाद E. The peasant offered comfort and courage to the blind, miserable beggar whom all had ignored. Then you have G. When the priest gave the plate of gold to the peasant, it shone with thrice its lustre. Out of these four, which two sayings of about God are conveyed through the poem? कौन सी दो sayings सच हैं? One is D. Service to mankind is service to God. And then is B. God loves those who love their fellow beings. Okay, so now guys, we are done with the poem. I hope it was very clear to all of us. All right. So with that, we end the lecture. Thank you so much. Take care. See you the next time. Bye.